morning, everyone. It's about 8:30 in the morning, Saturday, December the 13th, 2014. Well, after my little mishap yesterday with the transmission no longer working in forward gear, I spent most of the next 20 hours or so chasing after what little breeze there was, and it was often from the wrong direction, generally in the northwest or the north somewhere. From 9 o'clock yesterday morning until 4 o'clock this morning, when the wind, the northeast wind, finally filled in, I made a grand total of 16 miles good on my course. Now, in order to do that, I actually sailed probably somewhere around 65 or 70 miles, being chased back and forth by the wind and fighting the current part of the time. It's another beautiful day, and what you're looking at behind me is basically to the southwest, and around this way, which is where the wind is coming from, is to the northeast. That's an island there. Don't remember the name right offhand, but of course it's right on the chart. Looking out here at the very end of that island, from my position to that position is basically due north, and about 50 miles beyond that is Luzon, which is the island where Manila is located. I'm able to maintain my course line, which is great now, and I'm about 45 miles in the direction that I'm currently heading from the entrance to the channel between Mindoro and Luzon. Well, at my current speed, that's going to be somewhere between 10 o'clock and midnight. I hope to get there. But of course that means I got to go through the shipping channel in full dark. Well, the moon will rise about midnight or so. But the only good thing, hopefully, is that if there's any kind of easterly component in the wind, it usually blows from the east to the west directly through that channel. I'm hoping that will be the case. According to my weather report before I left, this northeast breeze should increase through the day, which will help the boat speed. Over this direction, although you can't see it once again because of the haze, and about 30 miles or so over that way is Mindoro. And there's another nice little island out there on the horizon. That's pretty close. And another pretty large one out there. Like I said, I don't know the names of all of them, but they're all on the chart right down there on the laptop. Anyway, all I can do is keep sailing, because now I'm strictly a sailboat. Hello, everyone. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, December the 13th, 2014. As I related in an earlier video, my transmission went south on me when I put it in forward gear to run the boat under power when the wind died out. Well, that was something over 30 hours ago now. And in that period of time, that 30 hours, I wanted to continue my passage up to Subic because the weather forecast said that there was going to be favorable winds. And when I made my recording this morning, it looked like that was going to be the truth. I had a nice northeast breeze for a couple of hours, which eventually faded out into nothing And I wound up sitting out here in the same little area again, barely moving at all. In the very early afternoon, the breeze returned, but not from the northeast. It returned from the northwest, which is exactly where I want to go. Now, trying to sail, or tack as it's referred to in sailing terminology, you can sail about 45 to 55 degrees from the true wind. I mean, spend some time going one way, then flip over on the other side, spend some time going that way and back and forth, sailing to windward. That's what sailboats can do. However, this boat is not a racing boat, and its ability to sail very close to the wind at a good speed is pretty limited. So I decided to take a bath and think about it for a while. I was getting pretty grubby after going for about 2.5 days without bathing. And while I was doing that, I had already considered the possibility of returning to Cebu. But when the wind finally returned a little bit later, about 2 o'clock or so this afternoon, once again it came back from the northwest. Now it's a nice breeze, it's pretty light, and the boat's not going super fast, about 3.5 knots. But trying to sail dead to windward in those kind of conditions just looked like way too much frustration for me. And the northeast winds that the earlier forecast had promised never really materialized. So I've decided to return to Cebu. I have no idea what the weather's going to be like for sure, because I never trust weather forecasts for more than about 3 days. And this is, of course, actually the 4th day since I left. But you can see behind me this area in the ocean, surrounded by a number of islands. I've just spent something over 30 hours just in this small area trying to make progress. Very, very frustrating. Between wind from the wrong direction, very light wind, no wind at all. As a matter of fact, last night I spent 2 very, very rolly hours out here in the middle of the night with no wind at all, and that was entirely not fun. So I guess Christmas and New Year's will be spent in Cebu. Actually, that'll be the first time I've spent Christmas and New Year's in Cebu since I've been in the Philippines. I won't keep up the daily videos because I'm basically retracing my steps unless something very interesting comes up. Anyway, that's it for now. Wishing you all a good holiday season. Bye.